We're going to learn 2 lessons for this question, and that is exciting, I think you'll agree. The first one's going to be about verb agreement, and the second one is about logical predication. Let's read the condensed version of the text. While it costs about the same to run nuclear plants as other types of power plants, it is the fixed costs that stem from building these plants that makes it more expensive for them to generate electricity. I don't know about you, but that sounds okay to me. So I'm going to look at the different options and try to spot the differences between these options and option A, and that's going to give me a hint about what to look out for. Okay, so can you spot any differences between A and B? If you saw make and makes, you've got a good eye. So we need to make the decision as to whether it's make or makes. To make that decision, we need to ask ourselves, what is the subject that's doing this action? Who or what is making it more expensive? Is it the plants that make it more expensive for them to generate electricity? It would be strange that the plants make it more expensive for themselves to generate electricity. No, can you spot what makes it more expensive? It would be the fixed costs that makes it more expensive. Now, does that sound exactly right to you? Is it Jimmy makes it more expensive, or Jimmy's toys make it more expensive? When you have a plural subject, fixed costs, what should come after? Make or makes? So think of those toys. Is it the toys make or the toys makes? It's the toys make. In this case, the fixed costs make the electricity more expensive. So the error there was the makes, and that's going to eliminate A, and it's also going to eliminate C. Now, can you spot differences between B and D, for example? The thing with D is it ends with this dangling modifier stemming from the fixed costs of building. You might have noticed it when you were reading, but you might have got a bit confused and you thought, oh, I don't know, maybe it's just a problem with how I read it. But no, that confusion is legitimate. We don't know what is stemming from the fixed costs of building. Is it the electricity that stems from something, or the expense stems from something, or the power plant stems from something? It's not clear. Anytime a modifier is not clear, it's a dangling modifier and it's incorrect in the GMAT. Finally, logical predication, as in comparing two parallel entities. Which one out of B or E makes a correct comparison at the beginning of the sentence? If you said B, you're right. So the problem with E is it compares the cost of running nuclear plants is about the same as other types of power plants. So it's comparing the cost of something to a building, power plants. That's not a logical comparison. Whereas B talks about the cost of running nuclear plants is the same as 4 other types of power plants. So there's a missing verb there, but that's a classic in grammar that you're allowed to do, because what are we saying here? The cost of running nuclear plants is the same as the cost for. Even though it's hidden, it's a logical comparison between the cost and the cost. So B is fine, and B is the correct answer.